This photograph, taken by a tourist, shows Mr. Boots standing ominously behind an unsuspecting woman.
He's stood lurking in the background, he's blocking out some of the light, and there's a clearly distinctive feature. He's wearing a pair of boots.
So, back in the 1970s, this particular room became the point of interest for a group of students who were using these rooms. Of course, they were renting a flat connected on here, and naturally, being three young gentlemen, they knocked through one of the plasterboard walls and found all this behind it and used it for many months for parties. But in one evening here in 1979, it said that at a wild drinking party, two young girls who'd been attending, they both at the same time got held against this wall by nothing. They were terrified. If something was holding you against a wall and you wanted to report it to the police, you have to have somebody seen doing the crime. But they never saw anyone.
In 1985, the underground chambers were excavated and the world below was once again discovered. Since then, the Edinburgh vaults have come alive with the echoes of the dead. Below the cobbled streets of Edinburgh are a series of vaults, once home to traders before becoming a slum for the underclasses. The labyrinth of mysterious rooms play host to a number of ghosts. But it's not just underground where you'll find the spirits of Scotland's capital. Edinburgh is home to many of the world's scariest hauntings.
I think the thing with Edinburgh is it's a very old settlement. Obviously, you're built between two volcanoes again, and many people, especially things like pagans and Wicca, they believe that that makes it an energy hotspot. But I think because Edinburgh, for many hundreds of years, was such a small place, because of the barrier walls being built around us and the continuing problem with the English-Scottish wars, it does mean that life is lived very quickly within a very small space. And I think maybe that intensity of life and loss of life has led Edinburgh to be a very haunted place.
But it's beneath the noisy capital city where most of the ghosts reside. And there's one in particular who has been known to terrify both the locals and the tourists.
Many people have reported seeing apparitions in the vaults, and people have also reported being grabbed by unseen hands. There are dark forces there, children's spirits. There's also a spirit called the Watcher, aka Mr. Boots. This spirit has been seen by many visitors and tour guides in Edinburgh vaults. He is said to linger and lurk in the dark tunnels and chambers, watching people, and he also interacts with them, following them around as they're on tour.
Mr. Boots is one of the vault's most feared residents, a mean-spirited man who has become synonymous with the footwear he treads the vaults in.
These steps are where people do report seeing him the most. The sound of heavy boots, the sound of groaning, growling is also heard here. And many of our customers and staff, as they've been in the area, they will get that hackles raised and they will naturally turn just because they think something might be behind them. No one really knows who he is. There's rumours he's a cobbler. There's rumours that he could possibly be a slum landlord, a murderer. But the one thing that is most common with him is these not good intent. There was one psychic medium here not too long ago, and she actually ran out of the vaults when she tried to communicate with him because she said he was completely evil.
When you have that feeling of someone watching you, you are conscious of that all the time. And especially if you're down in the vaults and you venture anywhere on your own, which 9 times out of 10 I usually do, it's not a nice feeling. You do get kind of the feelings of dread and anxiousness, and obviously the adrenaline starts to rush, and when you do actually think you've captured something, that's when the adrenaline turns to excitement.
This photograph, taken by a tourist, shows Mr. Boots standing ominously behind an unsuspecting woman.
He's stood lurking in the background, he's blocking out some of the light, and there's a clearly distinctive feature. He's wearing a pair of boots.
Local paranormal investigator Gordon Peat has been visiting the vaults for years. He has felt the presence of Mr. Boots on numerous occasions.
He believes that the vaults are his, with some of our guests being physically touched. They felt cold, scratched. But there was no pushing or shoving. But there was quite a lot of activity on the human pendulum. You invite a spirit to push that person forward or backwards to answer the questions, yes or no, and that was really active.
Nikki Curry was on a ghost hunt in the vaults in January 2018 when she too had a mysterious encounter with Mr. Boots.
We did some Ouija boards and stuff and table tipping and stuff like that, and then we went off on our own, and that's when there was just two of us that came up here on our own, and we felt somebody was watching us and there was nobody here because everybody else was down the other end. I couldn't move, I actually froze and said there's somebody staring at us, but it was pitch black, so didn't see anything. So I said, let's take a couple of pictures and then we'll go. So we took our photos on our iPhones and then just left.
It wasn't until the following morning that Nikki looked back at the pictures. She couldn't believe what she'd captured.
It just looked like a figure. It just looked like somebody was walking down the stairs in front of us. Somebody did a bit of research and said it might be the Watcher, and that's why we obviously felt like we were being watched. It did look like a figure, and it looked like he had long hair, and it looked like he had boots on. So, yeah, it is an amazing photo. I'm just chuffed.
The eyewitness that took a photograph of apparently Mr. Boots, he clearly displays an image there of what looks like a long coat, some kind of outfit that's touching the floor. There's no facial features, but the apparition that's manifesting itself is very tall, it's very slender, and it does definitely have a long robe or some form of coat that it's wearing.
Experts believe that sightings of Mr. Boots are like action replays of the past.
One theory that was proposed in the 19th century to explain possible appearance of apparitions was something known as stone tape theory, which was the idea that material such as stone, or similar to the way a cassette tape might work, can retain sort of impressions of the past.
It's almost like time rewinding over and over and over again and constantly replaying the same thing because it was imprinted in the space.
So the reason why people might think, for example, that Mr. Boots remains within the vaults is because perhaps he is a projection that has been stored in the sort of stone, and therefore he, in fact, is not looking at anybody. We are just experiencing him from a different time.
Nikki has returned to the vaults for the first time to face her fears.
It's weird being back here. Like, when I look there, I think, yeah, that's weird, because we did feel really scared standing here. It's actually quite scary standing here just now, and it's daylight, it's not even during the night.
But what if Nikki had come face to face with Mr. Boots?
I think we would have screamed. I think we probably would have been in a huddle. I don't know if we'd been able to move, because there's nothing up that way, so I don't think we would have got it out. I don't know, I might have passed out.